ever just wonder, who am I? So in many of my conversations that I have with people about personality types, I have a lot of people who will share with me that they are not sure what their type is, whether that's with the Myers Briggs type indicator, with the Enneagram. It's usually those two, and that's what I'm going to be talking about mostly on this channel. But like I said, I'll be talking about whatever I feel like talking about. Primarily with those two, I find maybe they'll take the test and they don't necessarily agree with the results, or a lot of times they'll kind of be stuck between 2 or 3 different types that all kind of sound like them. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the best methods for making sure that you accurately type yourself. I'll also be sharing the #1 thing you should never, ever, ever do when it comes to personality typing. Who knows, maybe it's too late and you've already done it, so find out if you're guilty.
You're guilty.
So which one am I? I want to remind you that all personality types are really just a framework to help you understand yourself better. And it's so funny how, especially in the English language, we always say I am so frequently when it doesn't really make any sense. I am hungry, or I am tired, or I am sad. In a lot of other languages, they'll say I have hunger. You know, that's how they say it in Spanish. So it's funny, that's kind of how people, myself included, will say I am an Enneagram blank or a Myers Briggs blank. There is something to be said for that kind of vernacular. Because with the Enneagram specifically, you are only dominant in one number. However, when it comes to Myers Briggs, sometimes those can change a little bit as people mature. I'm reading the book Sacred Enneagram. Christopher L. Hwart.
Merpity-merp.
I love the way he puts it in here, where he says he likes to think of the different personality tests as spaces we inhibit. For example, so the Enneagram is the house we're born into, and we're always in that house, while the Myers-Briggs is the specific room we prefer to stay in within that house. And the Strength Finders test can show us how we like to decorate our room. So I have a lot of people ask me, how do I know which Myers-Briggs I am or which Enneagram I am? Enneagram I am.
Green eggs and ham.
So with any of the primary personality tests, they're structured in a way, of course, where the results are a direct reflection of the input that you put into the answers. So with every question, you have to answer it with the answer that you feel in your gut is the most accurate about you.
But
To get accurate results, you have to have some sense of self-awareness. Also, the whole point of learning your type is to make you more self-aware. Dang it. We're screwed. Well, that's it, I guess. Could have been a good channel. Do you like my office chair? Look, this is my office chair. It's literally the most uncomfy metal chair with a bed pillow on it and a blanket. So if you're a less self-aware person,
we're screwed.
first of all, you're probably denying it right now.
That's not me. I'm very aware of myself. Yep. Still me.
It may be a little harder to get the right results. However, I think the large majority of people are able to figure out which ones they are with the right practices. So it's really good to go into the test with the right mindset, specifically with 2 main qualities: brutal honesty and curiosity. Because you don't want to answer the questions as the type of person that you would want to be, just answering them honestly based on your most typical experiences thus far in your tiny little life on this tiny little earth that will end one day. For example, maybe an introvert wanting to be more outgoing because they believe that's better. What I mentioned in my previous video is sometimes people have this idea that there's a better kind of personality trait or type, and it's just not the case. With the Enneagram test, it gives you a statement and you have to answer how much it sounds like you. So one of the statements is, I am more sensitive than most people. Sometimes the world just seems too harsh. I'm not sensitive. No! I got a secret for you. Or another one is, success, prestige, and recognition really matter to me. I think sometimes our first instinct is to say, oh no, it doesn't matter. You know, more things in life are important, like love and family. Like, duh, those things are important. But for example, that question, yeah, it's important to me. But it might just feel kind of weird to admit, yeah, I want to be seen as successful. Or maybe on the flip side, one of them is, I love to take care of people and I'm good at it. Don't we all want to answer yes to that one? Should we all answer yes to that one though? Myers-Briggs test is the same way, where it gives you a statement and you have to say how much you agree or disagree with it. In your opinion, it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life. And wouldn't it be your first instinct to say, no, I don't think that at all? But like, do ya? Oh, maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's just where you're at. You're a human. So I could give a ton of examples of it. I mean, there's questions here like, if you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Or you can read the weaknesses section on all of the different types profiles and see which one you find the most offensive. And that one is probably you.
What?
But really, it's a great idea to read through the different profile descriptions and just see which one sounds the most like you. So let's say you get a result that kind of sounds like you, but you're not totally sure. For the Myers-Briggs, it's a good idea to read the profile descriptions of types that are one letter off of yours. Look at your percentages and which way you lean for each letter. And if you look, one of those 4 letters might be somewhere more in the middle. So for that letter, go ahead and switch that letter over and then read that type description and see if that sounds more like you. For example, first time I took the Myers-Briggs test was in college, and I remember I got, the 4-letter answer, and I read the description and it kind of sounded like me, and I was like, yeah, I guess that's me. I had a lot of similar qualities. But when I took it again a couple years later, I got 1 letter different, and when I read that one, I thought, so I knew that was the right one. Then for the Enneagram, if that happens where you get a result and you think it kind of sounds like you, but you're not totally sure, honestly, just Google it. And by that I mean, let's say you tested and you got type 8. Go ahead and Google Enneagram 8 mistypes. And you'll see it comes up. A lot of times an 8 can mistype as a 1 or a 3. But we'll get into that in other videos. So then you can read the description for all 3 of them and then see which one sounds most like you.
And if you still just don't know who you are,
Phone a friend. Just ask some people who really know you well.
hey man, do you think I am more of a 2? Here is the link to the description. Or more of a 7. Here is the link to the other description. Thanks.
So I actually just texted that to a friend on accident. Can you see it?
Merp.
And if you still don't know who you are, be patient. Not a big deal. Take time. Think about it. Ponder. On that note, I'm gonna talk about the one thing that you shan't ever do.
If you want to be a good friend.
So, especially when you're really close with people, it's very tempting to convince yourself that you know which type they are. I know you're a 7.
I know you're a 9.
I know you dipped your finger in my peanut butter jar because I recognize your fingerprints. Don't do that, because you might be right, but it can confuse people. It just doesn't feel good to have someone say they know what you are, maybe when you're not sure yet. And then it puts that person in a weird position to say,
You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me.
because while personality typing is fun, it can also be pretty personal. If they ask you for your opinion, let them know what you think, but never say, I know you are blank. It can get pretty unhealthy if you see someone exhibiting a behavior that annoys you, and maybe you've heard about that behavior being associated with one of the types, and then you do this. That makes a lot of sense. Wow. Yeah, this is exactly what I thought you would do because you're a 13 ABC. You're definitely a 13.
Can I please brush my teeth in peace?
No!
Don't do that.
If you've done that before, shame on you. So yeah,
Just be a good boy. Just be a good girl. Just be a good candle.
this video brought to you by a candle from Kroger. Use my code CANDLES from Kroger to get 10% off your next candle from Kroger. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe because my self-esteem depends on it. Drop a comment below or pick it up and then put it back in the comment section. And let me know. Do you feel like you're sure which types you are? And if you are, let me know so I can psychoanalyze you.
stop with that walk.
I can't stop. Okay. I'm freaking sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I should have said love.
My hands are gonna be so clean. Okay. The thought of getting off the bus as I walk after I use the bathroom. I'm done using the bathroom.
Hi,
I don't want my clothes to show them.
I'm Camden Roosh. I'm a 7. That's why everyone loves me. Because I'm the number 7. 7s are loved. Heck, I love myself. Being a 7. It's awesome. I can't even think of a downside to being a 7. It's so freaking awesome. It's just great. Every day you wake up and you're like, I'm a freaking 7 again? Heck yeah. I love being myself. Jeez. Days our lips, sugar eyes, those only have 10 lies. That needs to be deleted forever.
Yeah, it will be.
Or edited out.
Yeah, it'll be edited.
Should I get so fly?
Any last words?
Being a 7 rocks!
Would you mind?